Hey YouTube, Davron Karimov here, back with another video. I wanted to come out here and give you guys an update what's been going on in my universe. Okay, I'm gonna share with you a couple problems that we had dealing with business owners, but this is, some trials and tribulations. But this does not mean that I think that these are problems that are gonna be problems for the foreseeable future. Okay, in fact, I'm positive. I guarantee that if you look at some of my perspective in this video, you're going to see that you can avoid these situations, okay? Because after all, this is the Merchant Cash Advance Broker Daily Recap. Before we start, if you're tired of waiting around for people in Congress, whether you're on the Democrat side or on the Republican side, I'm not trying to take sides here, but if you're tired of waiting around for your next stimulus check, even if it's going to happen, which we don't know yet, go in the link in the description, get 2 free stocks from Webull up to $1,400 value when you deposit $100. Works on a lottery system. It's not certain that you'll get the $1,400, but that's the way it works. First up, we had a business owner that wanted way more than they could qualify for. I'm going to set the record straight on this once and for all. I think I even made a previous video about this, but typically we can get people about a month's worth of their revenue. And when lenders are paying off 2 positions or multiple positions in full, right? I'm not talking about incremental or a reverse. Those industry people have been in the industry know what that means. But when they're paying off something in full, they typically want to see you net at least 50%, 40%, 60%. And so if you have $100,000 in debt and you're only making $50,000 a month in revenue, basically we would have to get you approved for twice that amount. We would have to get you approved for $200,000, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen, all right? So this business owner wanted to pay off their 2 positions. All right, it's just not going to happen. A, we don't want to over leverage you, and it's just not going to happen. So this business owner wasn't clear, and I even put out a video talking about the reasons why people don't get approved. If you're owing $100,000 and you only make 50, which like I said, we can only get you a month's worth of revenue. So typically this business owner should only be getting 50,000 before they were getting, they were depositing more. But with the current season and the current climate and the current events, they're only depositing 50,000 now. Okay, so we cannot pay off these 2 positions unless their income just shoots up to 200,000 a month. So this business owner wanted to pay them off. It's just not gonna happen. I could probably come in for a 3rd position, which a position just basically means a daily or weekly ACH in exchange for a predetermined amount of funding. I could come in for a 3rd position, but to pay all those positions off, it's just not going to happen with the way the business is looking right now. Another business owner, we had a business owner that had a judgment. Okay, a judgment is they're basically extinct now. You don't really see this except with, a few lenders. But judgment is basically a confession of judgment that you sign once you're taking the funding. I think like even on the PPP loans, you even sign a promissory note, which in that contract, if you read that contract for anybody who took a PPP loan, it actually says that the SBA can file and obtain a judgment against you if they don't get their funds back, right? So a judgment is basically you're signing away, you're waiving your rights to a trial in case you do get deemed as a default. A default means that you missed a couple payments, and before, and now even the lender doesn't even have to do it. Doesn't even have to contact you and tell you that they're gonna file a judgment. You'll just get it. I guess you'll just find out one way or another that you have a judgment on you. Okay. That might seem a little bit risky, but look, lenders don't want to take any chances. Well, used to they don't want to take any chances. They could still do this in some states. Actually, I'm pretty sure if you're filing in like for example Pennsylvania, Utah, you could still get a judgment. So basically, if you have a judgment, right, whatever the case may be, I don't care if the lender tricked you into the deal. I don't care if well, I'm not saying me. I don't care. I'm obviously on the side of whoever I'm working with, but the underwriting, they don't care what the story is, man. They see a judgment. They see a lien on your business. They want to know what the deal is, okay? And if you haven't paid that judgment off, or you're not in a payment plan, or you haven't settled, dude, ain't no way nobody's going to lend to you, all right? There's no way that they're gonna lend to you. Okay, if I had a situation where I didn't pay back lender A, there's no way that lender B would want to lend to me. Okay, unless, like I said, unless there's a payment plan in place or there's a you paid off the judgment. Okay, and let me also say this: if you have a default and there's not a judgment, but there's a debt settlement company or one of those things where companies negotiate on your behalf to talk to a lender and try to get them to lower the payback amount, dude, no. Look, there's a chance that lenders might not see it. I would say it's a 1 in 100%. Actually, I got that information from someone who's been in the industry longer than I have. But basically, there's a 1 in 100% that lenders don't catch it. And even if that does happen, then we can fund. But most likely, they're gonna find that default, they're gonna find that judgment, whatever, and they're not gonna fund. So basically, if you have a judgment right now, you want to make that clear, okay? It's not a big deal. We see it happen all the time, but there's a good chance you're not getting lended and you're not getting any capital until you get that judgment taken care of. All right. One other thing I want to mention about this before we move on is that maybe it was a judgment that was placed 10 years ago, 8 years ago, something really long ago, and then you went into bankruptcy, and now that judgment is no longer there. Then okay, then it's not a big deal. If you declare bankruptcy on that judgment, then dude, it's okay. Then I'm pretty sure we can work with that. A lot of you guys been reaching out to me, telling me that lenders have more strict guidelines or whatever. And I mean, honestly, maybe last month that was the case, but dude, I mean, things are opening back up. What lenders want to see right now, I'll tell you because I'm the source. Okay, I don't know how many lenders, maybe it's dozens of lenders that we're working with. But basically, what they want to see is that there's a good business, okay? If the April was good, if the business is open, they're not closed due to the shutdown guidelines or whatever, then there's a good chance that we can lend to you. You have a good April. You've been in business for a while, right? That also makes a difference because, dude, we can lend to you, right? And then you could just close your LLC, open a new LLC, and move across the street. And dude, there's nothing we could do about that, right? So we want to see that you've probably been in business, you have some good time in business, and that your April was good and that you're open. So I don't think that's an issue. I mean, I think that eventually we'll go back to where we were. I'm not certain when that's gonna happen, but it's just a lot. You got to get through the mess. You got to get through the noise of what underwriters are looking for. But I don't want to act like I'm giving you, the be all end all, because maybe there's something I don't know. But I'm telling you, my intuition is I know what underwriters want to see. I know what the lenders want to see. So that's why they work with me, and that is what it is. Look, another thing I want to mention is, dude, maybe like there could be something that I don't know about, right? Look, at the end of the day, one of the reasons that I started this series is that there's a lot of business owners that think they could get qualified for way more than they can get, or whether that's based on price, whether that's based on the amount of funding, or that's on terms, right? And I specialize in one thing, and that's getting business owners with a couple $100,000 in annual revenue, all the way up to millions of dollars in annual revenue, get access to quick cash. All right? A lot of the time, it's high risk. Maybe you don't have good credit. Maybe you don't have any assets, but you got income and you got cash flow. All right? And with that being said, that's the end of the video. Make sure you get your 2 free stocks from Webull up to $1,400 value when you deposit $100. And I'll talk to you soon. Make sure you try to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.